Jimmy Friesenhah is a Marine. Now, I'm saying Marine, not veteran, because, well, once you're a Marine, you've earned the Eagle Globe and Anchor, you're always going to be a Marine. He was working as a bouncer at a sports bar in San Antonio. He saw that a man who has now been identified as Wilmer Vladimir Ortega Ruiz, who's 29, was about to walk into the bar with a firearm. He tried to stop this. Why? Because it's A, his job, and B, it's a simple fact of that this is kind of ridiculous to walk into a place where there's alcohol and to have a firearm. No matter how pro Second Amendment you are, if you're walking into a public establishment, well, private establishment, and you've got a firearm and there's alcohol involved, there can be more stupidity than there needs to be from this situation. Well, Ruiz did not want to give up the firearm, and he shot Friesenhah multiple times. Well, it's since come out just what kind of a person Ruiz is. On top of being an illegal immigrant, he's a criminal. But let's let you hear from the local news about this, and then I'm going to go into exactly what kind of criminal this guy is and how the Democrat district attorney has been letting this guy slip through the cracks. So here we go.
Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking about the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself.
A follow-up that is months now in the making. A local Marine veteran is still recovering after investigators say that he was shot outside of a local bar by an illegal immigrant last month.
News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us now with how this story is now getting national attention. Good morning, Christina.
Well, San Antonio police arrested a suspect in connection to a shooting at a sports bar that seriously injured a security guard. Let's go to the video here. The shooting happened back on May 4th outside El Patio Sports Bar on the city's west side of town. That's where 44-year-old Jimmy Friesenhah was a security guard. Investigators say Friesenhah, a Marine Corps veteran, found a gun inside 29-year-old Wilmer Valdemar Ortega Ruiz's pocket when he tried to enter that bar. The two got into a struggle over that gun, and according to police, Ortiz shot Friesenhah twice in his bulletproof vest and once in the neck. He remains in the hospital with a complete spinal injury along with a ruptured esophagus and vocal cords. Ortega has been identified as having illegally entered the U.S. and had a detainer placed on him by ICE. On Sunday, the story gaining national attention, appearing in the New York Post. In an article that the Post reported, Ortiz had previously been arrested and released 4 different times. In that story, Friesenhah's family states that he had undergone 6 surgeries and is clinging to life and that the prognosis has worsened. The family also goes on record in the Post saying that Bexar County District Attorney Joe Gonzalez is just not doing enough on the case for political reasons. Ortega had been charged with aggravated assault and remains in custody with a bond set at $200,000. We'll, of course, continue to stay on top of this story and let you know more details as we get them on air and online. I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Now, first and foremost, I am trying to get to 500 subscribers. If I can get your help in doing that. I'm also trying to get my hours up, so if you can share and like this video so it can get noticed, I would be very much appreciated. Okay, so this Wilmer Ruiz fella, Vladimir Ortega Ruiz fella, shot a man who had been in Afghanistan and Iraq, served 14 years in my beloved Marine Corps. The Bexar County District Attorney, and I know it's his office, but hey, the buck stops at the District Attorney's desk. He was first arrested in San Antonio. This is after he came into this country illegally. Charged with the DWI on October 2020, according to court records. He was let go on a personal recognizance bond but failed to show up to court. They then downgraded the charge to obstructing a passageway. He pled guilty to this and then violated terms of his probation and was arrested a second time in August 2023. Then let go after posting a $1,500 bond, failed to show up to court for a later hearing. He got collared a third time in September 2023 and bonded out $1,500, again failing to show up at a court date. He was arrested a fourth time November 2024 and sentenced to time served nearly 3 weeks later. Ortega Ruiz was also allegedly at the center of an assault investigation in which his girlfriend reported he physically attacked her, but he had fled before cops arrived, law enforcement sources told the Post. Now, after this basic attempted murder, this is what Ruiz attempted to do. The Bexar County District Attorney is only pursuing aggravated assault and has set his bond at $200,000 in his latest offense. This is idiotic. End of story. This is idiotic. The Bexar County Attorney General, this guy, or District Attorney, sorry, Bexar County District Attorney, needs to be kicked out of office. This name is Joe Gonzalez, Democrat. I don't know if he's funded by Soros or not, but most likely he was. Yeah, this needs to end. And the people of San Antonio needs to quit allowing people like this to be in power. But hey, that's just my opinion. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. So, folks, that's the story that I wanted to bring you on this video. And I just wanted to say thank you again for coming by. Well, hit like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff if you don't mind. Help me out. So, y'all have a good day now. Bye.